would have choked me. No shit, I didn't think it had a choke.
So I just told you.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of great stuff on it.
Steve, what year did you get your knucklehead chopper?
My knucklehead chopper in 1973.
And that was your first Harley.
Yep. Senior in high school.
And it was just like this, right?
Yeah, I got pictures of it someplace, but yeah, it was just like this, only a knucklehead. It was a good running motorcycle. Of course, I didn't know what I had back then.
And what year did you sell it? Do you remember?
I probably sold that knucklehead in probably 1978 or 9.
Did I see it? Probably saw you riding that bike.
I rode it a lot.
That's when Eddie was riding his and all them, right?
Yep.
Eddie had his.
He had a Sportster, yep.
I probably saw you riding that bike.
Bates headlight.
Is it glass or steel?
Glasses.
I think it's glass.
How can it be glass and be that shitty on the inside, though?
Well, clean it and seal it, and it'll be good to go. It's so sick. I'm so happy you got it.
Oh man, I'm gonna ride this thing. I gotta tweak it out a little bit.
You got to buy some more time somewhere. 'Cause you got too many fucking projects going on
I
right
think
now.
this could jump the gun a little bit. I think this could jump.
I would jump the gun with this one.
Listen, it's all together.
Yeah.
It's going right in the lift right now. So we're gonna look at it and figure out what I gotta do.
I
Amazing.
got some great pipes that go on it.
And Ray worked on this back in the day.
Ray
Did they
Murdoch,
tell you?
yep.
Yeah. And they knew the guy.
That's another reason why I wanted to get my hands on it.
Yeah.
And I just told Jimmy he's gonna keep it local, you know.
Absolutely. This was the right home for it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The seat doesn't.
Or my house.
Yeah, well, you live down the road.
Yeah, I'm in Greenfield, so that would be still local. It's a great looking bike.
This is one of the baddest bikes I ever saw rolled out of anywhere, period.
You got a pretty bad one yourself.
Yeah, well, you set me up. You set me up to buy it.
That's a sick bike too, dude.
You set me. You set me up to buy it.
There's pictures of that bike in this phone, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
From back in the day?
If it's yours, I think. If it's the same one, I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Is it? No.
No.
No little blue panhead with narrow front end on it.
No, that's Sam's.
All right.
I have one that's more similar to this
this?
that Steve set me up to buy in like 2019. It's amazing. 48 FL, real deal, Southern New Hampshire. What do you think, Steve?
I think I'm pretty lucky to have good friends.
It's awesome.
That's what I think.
Do you mind if I sit on it?
No, please.
Yeah, if you don't mind my nut residue being on there. Stand it up, man. You don't get the whole deal.
It's awesome.
Sick.
Ray Murdoch.
I wish we could have seen it in the house with all the beer cans and stuff. I guess it was pretty crazy. It sat forever.
There's a half a garage full of beer cans all around it. A half a garage full.
This is about as cool as it gets right here. And Steve hooked me up to buy a chopper that I have that was also a local Survivor in 2019. So our new goal is to get both our choppers going for 2023 this winter. And coincidentally, I bought a 48 Panhead drivetrain for mine a little while back when I actually had COVID when I bought it, but didn't know. Pretty amazing bike.
You gotta be able to ride and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you think I can get 12 for that ugly fucking Panhead behind you?
Does anybody in the video want to buy a Panhead for 12 grand? This one, it's actually a good bike.
It actually runs.
It actually runs. Is the original VIN matching belly?
I think so, yes.
I think so. Looks good. Let's see. We're not showing the VIN number, but I can't see anything on there. It's a H? I don't know. It's a nice bike though. A lot of potential. This is Steve's 47 EL. How long have you owned this motorcycle for, Steve?
Probably 38 years.
And you bought it out of a basement?
Got it out of a basement. You know, somebody finally turned me on to where it was. And I went up to the door. He had an old junk truck for sale. Told him I wanted to buy his truck. He walked out, and I said, listen, I'm not here for the truck. I'm here for the Harley in the basement. I just started walking to the house, and he followed me. And I heard his daughter's name enough. I never met her, but I walked in, there she was. So I said, hey, Heather, I'm a friend of your grandfather's. My name is Steve. Went right downstairs, and there it was. Lawn chairs and cobwebs. So I went back up the stairs, and she said, what do you give me? I said, $4,000. She said, bullshit, I wouldn't sell it less than $5,000. So I bought it for $5,000, took it home, cleaned the oil tank, put a battery in it, took the clutches out and cleaned them. Didn't even clean the gas tank. It started about the second kick. Smoked like crazy for a while, but still ran. I ran it for maybe 5 or 6, 7 years like that. Then one day it just sort of ran out of gas and I had to rebuild the motor. So I had Danny Treadham, Tech Cycle, do the lower end and the top end. And I put some miles on this bike, and I've done the top end twice. And the tranny twice, because I used used gears in the tranny the first time. They were marginal. The second time I used used gears that were really nice. But I've done the tranny twice, the lower end once, and the top end twice because of Ted's valve springs. But I've ridden this bike a lot. I've gone to Montreal on it, Nova Scotia, Milwaukee. It's an EL, but it's my favorite bike.
It's awesome.
It's a good deal.
And 30 years ago, you didn't necessarily, it wasn't the same thing as finding this bike today for $5,000. It was very different, right?
Well, $5,000 was probably all it was worth, but it was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And it could have been a panhead or a shovelhead or anything, but it just happened to be a knucklehead.
And they didn't necessarily, the family didn't necessarily know the difference.
Nope.
Who did the motorcycle originally own to that was connected to that family?
He lived on Middle Street in Hadley. I don't even remember his name. His first name was Butch. And it had been in that basement a long time.
Amazing.